Thanks for taking this call so late. Um, I,
That's I say I play it anyway.
oh, okay. All right. Well, before we get started, let's just introduce yourself. You
Oh,
are. Go ahead.
London King.
London King. Okay, I'm sorry. Submitted your Antichrist album to me,
I did.
and you know what? I was listening to it, and I'm like, how can this? How can I? How can I fit this into my genres? Because I have a couple. I have a handful of genres, and I have an electronic genre, right? So
Yeah.
I'm listening to your music, and I'm like, your music is clean, and I really like your lyrics. I really like
Huh.
your lyrics, and you have a lot of. See, I come from the '80s era where, Depeche Mode, my God, Camouflage, um, geez, The Cure, Susie and the Banshees, all that stuff. Okay, and your music, it took me back, man, to those that time period. You you're a singer songwriter,
I am. Yeah.
actor, actress,
Yeah.
model.
I did. Yeah. I used to model, especially when I was 14 up until age 18. Then it got a little bit into part time because like my music and my acting is taking the most time. So
Okay, so
yeah.
well, let's start with. We'll get to the music. So let's start with the
Oh.
acting. So what acting have you done? What type of acting are you interested in? What type of roles and things?
Well, I started very young, actually. I was like 4 years old, and this guy from this theater company called Mad Hatter, he spotted me in a play at school, and he wanted me to join his theater company for children. So this is how I started. So at first, like, when you're that young, you don't take this as a job or a possible career. So like at that time, it was more of a hobby. It was more of a fun thing. But I remember how everybody, after the plays and stuff like that, they were saying, "Oh my God, you're so good. You're a natural," and blah blah blah. So like when I started growing up, and let's say age 14, I started getting into a more serious mindset. So I started thinking of it as a career rather than, anything else. Um, so I got a bachelor degree in acting in drama, and I also like back when I was 14 up until 18, my last year of senior high, I also got like a sort of diploma in performing arts. So I pursued acting as well as singing. I made them my main thing in life.
Very nice. Now, were you able to make any money on it, or be paid, compensated for it, or?
Yeah, yeah. Well, at the beginning, when I was like very, very young, and when I was with the theater company, with the children theater company, like they were paying us, but really they were paying our parents.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like a compensation. There was a compensation, but it went all to my parents because, of course, when you're five, you're not able to
Exactly.
manage it. But then, like when I finished senior high and I was 18, I was out with my diploma, and I said, all right, now I have to have my bachelor degree. So at first, since I wanted to also move into on camera acting, which is completely different, so I had to like start build sort of portfolio. So like I remember my very, very, very first jobs. Some of them like only travel expenses. They were like only travel expenses. But then like with experience, um, it started be rewarding, money wise and stuff like that. So there has been times when I've taken jobs like just travel expenses just to get my portfolio, to look good and to, get especially on camera work because, Theater, there was a lot of experience, but on camera work, not as much.
Hmm.
So yeah, I mean, right now it's paying off.
Oh, no, that's good. I mean, you have a very interesting career, and you can actually sing. You know,
Yeah.
there are a lot of people that claim they can do, they're a triple threat, but they're really not. Okay, but no, you can really sing, and your vocals are very crisp and clear. But let's move on to the modeling, and then we'll get into the music. So, what about the modeling? How did the modeling take off for you?
So, you know, again, back when I was 14, 13, 14, that's when I started modeling as well. Now, I was a completely different person at the time. Like, I was very, very skinny, very slim, same height, but very slim. So it was a good look also for, fashion type of shoots.
Hmm.
I think that now it's not really, because like they have this standard size 2-ish
Yeah,
or
yeah.
something like that, which I used to have when I was like 14 or 13, but now I'm more like a size 8, so
You're normal.
so yeah. And also don't forget that I was like 13, so I
Right,
was like a
right,
little girl basically.
right.
So now I'm not a girl anymore, I'm a woman. So I also have the body of a, my body is more developed, let's say like that.
Right.
But I went into that, like I've always seen fashion as just yet another way to express myself. So I thought of getting into modeling because I thought like I had some type of control over the things I was wearing, over the things I could like wear and portray.
Hmm.
But with time, I kind of realized that it wasn't like that. And sometimes I was wearing stuff that I really thought they were hideous. So I mean, with time, I started losing my interest in modeling, and it started becoming, all right, yeah, I'll do it occasionally whenever I can. Um, but yeah, modeling has always been like more of a, yeah, we could say more of a like side thing for me,
Got it.
except when I was like 13, 14. I really thought like, it was just another way to express myself.
Got it. Okay, no, that's interesting because I interviewed a lady by the name of Eve Miner. She's a
Yeah.
singer. She's a songstress as well, and I don't know if she's on my artist submissions page, artist interview page as well, and the YouTube. And she sings, she models as well, and she plays a litany of instruments. So I find you two kind of similar, if you will. And I think it's pretty cool that you guys can do that because not a lot of people can do all of that and be good at it at the same time. So, and I didn't tell you, or maybe I did, and I apologize. I've been traveling for my professional career the past couple weeks,
Yeah.
and so that's why I've been responding to you intermittently. Um, but these interviews run maybe about 30 minutes, simply because of the time change of where you are versus where I am. And so I'll keep it tight, but let's get into your music now. Before we start, before we look at the songs, tell me about the album cover, "The Antichrist Child." Why you chose that name? And I mean, I'm not trying to get political or ethical on you or anything. Just what's behind the name. And I really like that album cover. And describe that album cover.
So basically, I wanted to, since like I'm growing onto a young adult now, I wanted to put out like something more, as you said, more complex rather than teeny,
Right.
Like few works that I've done before. So Antichrist Child has two meanings basically. But I think the most important meaning, like the pivotal meaning of the album, is that I've been living in LA for quite a while, and I happened to meet people that they went somewhere and they made something out of their career, something important. And I used to remember these people always telling me how fame, in a way, and the fame that they acquired it kind of spoiled everything. Mostly because all these people acquired their fame when they were extremely young. Um, so I remember these people telling me, "Oh, I do this, I do that, and I can't do this, I can't do that. Every time I post a picture, I'm always careful and blah blah blah, like crazy things. Like they were totally paranoid." And I remember specifically at one time this guy, he compared his fame, his early fame. He was a child actor.
Uh-huh.
He compared his fame to like sort of a demon. And I was like, oh, that's interesting. That's like a strong metaphor to use, like strong comparison.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, yeah, it's like a demon. It's like a powerful, like a demon of power. He said. And I was like, really, telling me more? And I was like, it's so attractive. It attracts you and you want it because you think that your life is going to be all set and you're going to be fine forever. Like, because in their mindset, they think that fame and money and stuff is going to be forever. Right. And it's going to settle them and everything's going to be fine. But then once you're in and once you have been lured by the nice facade of the demon, you start to realize that you start seeing and you start realize the dark side, so the real side of the fame. So that comparison really got me thinking. As when we did the cover art for the concept, we put this woman, which is portrayed by me, which is really a demon, and she represents the fame in a way. And half of her face is covered by a black fan, which, the fan to me always symbolized some sort of like vanity. Uh-huh. And also the mirror, like some sort of vanity as well. So really, fame is all about vanity. It's all about being noticed. Mm-hmm. And you can see only the beautiful side of that woman. So you can only see like the side with the makeup and the nice side, but you don't see the cover side. So I wanted to have this comparison also in the picture of one side of the fame which is covered and you don't know it until you're lured into that. And the other side is covered and is glamorous, is beautiful, and you only see that. Mm-hmm. So I don't know if it makes sense. I wanted something more complex for this album.
Well, no, I think you nailed it.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think you did.
And especially the song Immortality, it really talks about a girl that ends up selling her soul, all her love, all her humanity to this entity in order to achieve fame and power. So it really is like the pivotal point of the album. It's also the last track of the album. So it's quite dark, it's quite interesting. I've never done anything like this before, so I was very excited.
Well, since you brought Immortality up, let's go ahead and get a sampling of it, and then let's talk about this song. I really like this song, and I really like the intro. So this is Immortality off of Antichrist Child. Let's start over from the beginning, because I think the beginning is pretty powerful. And let's talk about that, because it's really good. The beginning of the song is really good. So let's start it. This is Immortality by London King.
You got it right.
And I really like the piano.
And it's very hot.
Okay. All right, we're going to jump forward a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. This is the part. That's good. That's good. See, when I heard that, that's, first of all, who produces your music?
So it's a talented woman. Like basically is one of the few female producers in UK and in the whole Britain. And her name is Aubrey Whitfield. In 2017, she won the award for Producer of the Year. She's
Wow.
an amazing, talented woman. Yeah. So she produced the whole EP, the whole album.
Yep.
And, we are working on some new music actually tomorrow.
Well, it's, usually when I listen to music on my KRKs here and I crank it up loud, and usually you can hear flaws in vocals. I didn't hear any flaws in your vocals. None.
Nailed it.
Yeah. I mean, the mastering is excellent. It is, and
Yeah,
it sounds very professional, as if I'm riding in my car and I turn the radio on, I can see your song playing on the radio because it's that good, and just the writing of the vocals. You obviously spent some time putting those lyrics together.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's really good. I mean, I again, electronic pop. I didn't know what to do with it, but then I kept listening and listening, and it fit right in because there's another artist in London. Her name is Hail Maggie. She goes by Hail Maggie the Cat, and she does some electronic music, and she's got a instrumental song and a couple other songs that are really good. And I put her in the electronic genre, but I think I put you in the electronic genre, and I forget where because I split it up, but it fit right in.
Oh,
And I'm going to tell you, I was listening to my own station while I was working because I work right over here, and I forgot that was
okay.
you playing. I was listening.
Really?
No, I did. I forgot that was your song, and I'm like, man, that sounds freaking. I looked up, and it was your song. I'm like, wow, I knew it. It fit right in there perfectly. So, no, it's well done, well done.
We spend a lot of time, like me and Aubrey, like whenever we have our sessions, we really want to get like work done properly
Mm-hmm.
because both of us, we have a very strong work ethic. And honestly, it's so hard nowadays. If I gotta be honest, it's so hard nowadays to find people with strong work ethic,
Yes.
especially in the music business. Oh my goodness. And we click together also because she's very talented.
Yep.
She catches on the vibe like so quickly. She knows what I want. So it's a great working environment at the end of the day.
Well, and don't get offended by this. And I always tell the artists I interview, don't get offended, okay? Because I have a very, very eclectic musical background. All right. And
Ooh.
it spans from, oh my gosh, Creedence Clearwater Revival to Madonna to the Church to Depeche Mode, I told you, to hip hop to acid house, acid jazz, progressive house. So I'm all over the place. So when I heard your music, I told you it took me back. And
Yeah.
what did I write down here? Um, you're this next song, "Kind of Love."
Yeah.
I see it as somewhat of a ballad, but then it's not a ballad, and I hear it in a John Hughes '80s movie after a breakup of a couple in a movie. And
Yeah.
those are the songs that you remember because you can relate to them in these movies.
Yeah.
And that's what I have written down here. And it also reminded me of Madonna during her heyday. So so I don't know if that's, and we'll talk about your influences, but I don't say those things to offend. So if I'm way off base, then you let me know. But that's what I'm hearing when I hear this music. So I will play "Kind of Love," and then let's talk about that and who your influences are, because we didn't touch on that. So this is Kinda Love by London King. Okay, and I also hear, and don't get offended, okay? I hear a little bit of like a Debbie Gibson after she matured.
Ah, yeah. I can see why.
Yeah. Now again, after she matured, okay? Not the not the teeny bopper mall music she was doing. No.
I think I haven't lived the 80s, not even close, but I've got people that describe me the 80s, and I think they were amazing times, man.
So tell me about your influences.
Well, actually, you said like two of them. Madonna, for example. She's amazing. I've always thought she's amazing. I like the way she dances. I like what she is. I think she's been through a lot of shit in her life. Oh, sorry. Can I swear?
No, you're fine. It's all good. Don't worry about it.
So basically, I think she's been through a lot in her life, and even in her performances, you see a lot of strength and a lot of resilience, and she pours her artistic way all the time. Like, sometimes I don't like people that condemn pop for being shallow. Pop is not shallow. Pop is actually very deep. And then, of course, you got the shallow songs, but you gotta have them as well, because music cannot be all the time serious. Music gotta make you feel different ways. So every time I hear Madonna, I feel different ways, because you also got like deep songs from Madonna. So she definitely is like a massive influence. Then Depeche Mode, like you just like Depeche Mode. I love Dave Gahan's voice.
Yeah, yes. Oh, I grew up with him. Grew up listening to him. He was I would say, Madonna was a trendsetter. Depeche Mode was as well. And they defined an era.
Depeche Mode, Madonna, that was music for generations, Yeah. Also Freddie Mercury and Queen, which are
absolutely
another influence. Like, this is music for generations, not just music for the moment.
Right.
It has been made to last forever. And these people are stars, they're real stars. Michael Jackson, another amazing performer. These are people who are born stars. They're born performers, and they're born to be legends, because everything they did, they poured their artistic side in it. They had an artistic side.
No, I agree. I think there was more time spent shaping who they are. It's not like it was today. It's not like it was today. One of my favorite groups back then was the group Aha. I don't know if you know. Those guys. I walked to the store to get that tape because of the video that they had. But those are the groups that I loved. I mean, and then Camouflage was next, but we'll leave that alone. I just wanted to see if you were familiar with them. But they did a lot for me. Just getting through the 80s and just life in general. So let's get into Little Broken from the Antichrist Child album by London King. I'm going to say it for every song.
London King.
London King. All right, here we are. Little Broken.
Well, broken.
And let's see. Yeah. Yeah, that's good. Yeah. All right, I'm going to give you what I'm hearing in this song.
Yeah.
Do you know the group Expose?
No.
Okay. All right. I actually saw them. I saw
It's
them
7
live.
o'clock.
Yeah, we're going to run over just a little bit. Um, I saw these guys live at a club
Oh,
in Atlanta when I was in high school. All right. Just hear the vocal. All right, let me jump forward. So you hear that
oh,
vocal? So
yeah.
see, I just it's.
I was
Go ahead.
no. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say there's just a it this song, a little broken, kind of reminded me of their music. Now they have a lot more music, okay, but I've heard it
Yeah.
all, and it's this little broken. It takes me back there, you know. They were a good band. They were very popular. So let me play a little more of a little broken. So you get what I'm where I'm headed. What I'm Do you see my point? It's
I see it. Yeah.
yeah,
You're right, actually.
yeah. It's you guys are telling a story. It's a different story, obviously, um, but it's you guys there's a parallel there. You have your sound
Yeah.
and your story, and they have theirs, and that is who you reminded me of. Also, um, I told you I'm all over the place. Okay, so um, no, you'd be surprised, man. I hear stuff in music. I interviewed a guy from he's from the UK, and I want to say the keyboardist from the Who helped produce his
Oh,
album. Yeah,
oh.
yeah, yeah. And when I told him my
That's
influences,
not
yeah, I'm just saying, and he was surprised at some of my connections with music. Um, so anyway, yeah, I like the song "Little Broken." Then let's move on to "Ice with Fire" by London King.
bad.
All right, let's get into this one. It's my Debbie Gibson.
That's the most sickest in the whole.
There's actually several artists this reminds me of, but um, the beginning reminded me of mature Debbie Gibson, and that's not, I'm not criticizing it. I think it's great. I
Yeah.
do. I think it's great. And like I said, when you sent me your music, I sat down here and I'm like, all right, where can I put this in? And because you have a very very I don't want to keep using the term complexity, but you have a very diverse um, arrangement of sound,
Yeah. I
and
agree. Yeah.
I like it. I really do, and I want to hear more of your music and the new stuff you're working on. I'd like to hear it. But what other influences, what other influences inspire you um, to 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 stay in the genre and continue? Because here's the thing, your genre is consistent.
Yeah.
It's like not one song sounds like some other genre. You're very consistent, and the writing is really good. And that's what I'm like. That's why I said, I can hear your music in movies. I can hear it on the radio. Oh yeah, absolutely, totally. Um, so tell me your other influences, and we're gonna wrap this up because I could talk to you until tomorrow. Um, so what other things are you working on? I know you said new music, but what's out there? What are you pursuing as an artist in to get your name and your music out there?
So basically, with this album, like I kind of laid my foundation to what I want to be, to what I want to establish myself as, because I've done music in the past as well, but it belongs more to my teenage period. 2014, I was still a teenager. So,
Hmm.
but now I've laid my foundation, and now with my new song, there's a master plan coming out, and I want to make this new song basically the hit song of mine. I want to make it like the song that goes out there everywhere.
Hmm.
And in order to do this, I'm working closely with Aubrey. Like she's not just like a producer, she's also a mentor. She's amazing.
That's
And we
awesome.
are putting together a plan to get the song as massive as it can get. So I'm very excited about this new music that I'm putting out. Of course, there's going to be more songs, but for now, we're working on a single. And other than music, then I'm working on a short movie. I'm working on a novel, because
Excellent.
I also write. Um,
All right,
so
wait. Let's back up. Singer, songwriter, actress, model,
yeah,
writer. What else?
yeah.
Do you play?
I
Do you play any instruments?
play ukulele.
There you go. Wow. Wow. You should look up. You and Eve Miner should talk. I
Really?
think
Yeah,
you.
that definitely.
I think you guys are the same age.
Yeah.
Yep. I think so. I think so.
Definitely look her up, Eve
She's
Minor.
wonderful. She's wonderful, and there, like I said, I have an interview with her, and I'm going to do another interview with her. I like to like follow up with you guys downrange once you continue to do more things. There's several bands, and I feel bad because I'm going to post this. I'm going to upload it on the station. This interview once I edit it. But there's so many other artists that have submitted their music. I still have to interview them. So anyway,
Uh,
but carry on. What's next for you? Okay, here's what we need to do. Where to find your music? You need to get a Twitter handle. You got to get a Twitter handle
yes.
because Twitter's very popular. It's more popular. Instagram is Instagram, but Twitter, I'd say a lot more activity on Twitter. So, but
Cool.
anyway, we've
Many
got your
people.
Facebook page. But tell us
Yeah.
what you're working on, where we can find your stuff, and your social media.
Yeah, for now, basically, my social medias are Instagram and Facebook. They're pretty easy to find, like London King, and you should find me pretty easily. And basically, all my music is on YouTube at London King. I have it on Spotify, iTunes, Amazon, Tidal, Shazam. So it's really, really out there, and it's pretty easy to find as well. And my new single should come out probably March,
Okay.
beginning or mid March. And again, it's going to be the same distributor. So again, Spotify, Tidal, iTunes, and all the major stores out there. And also, like, I make YouTube videos for my songs because some people just, they don't like Amazon, they don't like the stores, the digital stores.
Right.
So they just go on YouTube and they listen to the music over there. So also, like, subscribing to my channel is always a good idea.
Okay, and don't you forget to subscribe to my channel because
Ah,
I will upload your this interview on my YouTube channel. It's the runner. I believe it's the runner
the
music.
runner.
Yeah, three N's. Three N's.
Oh, three. Okay, the
Yeah.
run.
Yeah, yeah. I was trying to think about how to correct that because most people they'll send me stuff and they're like, hey, did you get my music? I'm like, no. Did you use three N's or two N's? Or go, I used two. So it's confusing sometimes, but that's my old legacy name, and a lot of people knew me by that artist name, so I kept it. But just remember three N's, and I'll be reaching out to you. It's just the only thing with Twitter also is that every time your music plays, you get a tweet. But see, you don't have
Oh,
Twitter, so you don't see it, and you can retweet it. That's that's
uh,
that's the whole objective.
got
So
a Twitter handle
yes,
now.
yes, yes. So listen.
I'll work on it literally tomorrow.
All right, yeah, just make one, and that way, just shoot me the handle, and I'll load it. So every time music plays, um, wow, this went by fast. I mean,
I know it's crazy. Like time goes by, that
yeah.
flies, man.
Look at this.
Yeah.
Look at this. It's. Can you see that?
Oh, it's 40 minutes,
I
47
know.
seconds.
That's crazy. Um,
Crazy.
London King, thank you very, very much.
Thank you.
Thank you
Thank
for
you.
submitting your music. I enjoy doing this. This is fun to me. Thanks for taking the time. I know it's late where you are, but you said you will be up. Try not to get into
Yeah.
any trouble. And stay in touch. Stay in touch and tell Aubrey she's wonderful. She's wonderful. She did a
Tell her.
fantastic
Oh,
job.
tomorrow.
That's awesome. Okay. All right. Well, hey, have a great
All right.
night, and thanks again.
Bye.
Okay. Take care. Bye bye.
Take care. Thank you.
No problem.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye bye.